guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Armon. How is everybody doing? I kind of feel groggy. Like, I've been honestly after this whole week off before finals, and I've been sleeping late, and I feel like even though I get 8 hours, I still feel like groggy. You know, I was journaling this morning and I was like, well, I want to make a video, and I've had some topics that have come to me over recently that I really liked, but honestly, when I was writing, I was like, this is the one that just came to me. And this is basically how I get everything I want and how you can too. All my close friends can attest to this. I'm the type of person who really, I have all the stuff that I want low-key happen to me, and honestly more. Like, I get more than what I want. Like, I'll give you guys an example. I'll like look at a snap from like 3 years ago and I'll be like, oh my god, applying to USC, I want to go there so bad. It'll be like, or I'm like ranting, like sending a snap video rant to my friends saying how badly I want to go to USC. And then now I'm at USC, and that's happened with random things. And there's a lot of stuff that for example, I remember right when I came to USC, I wrote down specific things I wanted to happen, right? And I used to have a journal, and it's so weird because I could have sworn I wrote it in that journal, but I can't find it. But I remember writing down on a piece of paper everything I wanted to happen. The paper disappeared. And I kind of do feel like that's a little, not eerie, but I feel like that's almost like magical. I'm like, I don't know where I wrote that, and I only had a journal. I wouldn't be writing it in my notebook. Like, I don't know where I wrote it, but anyways, I'll tell you everything that I've manifested just so you know I have some credentials, okay? I manifested moving to LA, going to my dream school, my dream apartment, my friends, a glow up. And the glow up part is kind of give or take because, I mean, honestly, I didn't manifest like I want to be beautiful. Like, no, I pictured myself. Maybe this is like a body face mindset is like almost like confidence, but I remember when I had first started working out because I used to play baseball, and I stopped playing baseball in high school, and for a year I didn't work out, and I had like gained a little, like, I had a baby face at the time, and I gained a little bit more weight. And I remember when I first started working out, and I like had pictured myself, I was like, I want to like my body to look like this. And I remember I made a vision board a couple months after that, and like I low-key do feel like I like manifested my body because my body's not that crazy. If you look at my body right now, I'm skinny, I'm a little bit muscular, but if I stand next to some of my muscular friends, I'm like a twig. Like, I'm skinny, but in my brain, like, I know how I used to be. I'm only comparing myself to my old version of myself, and I try my best to not compare myself to anybody else. But with that being said, is like, obviously that was all through hard work, right? Manifesting in the body and the facing is a little bit different. I think it comes off, I've like manifested a specific mindset and a specific type of confidence to where I like love my face and my body, and not in a self-obsessed way, but in a confident way. And like, my body's obviously not that crazy. If you see my pictures of my body on my Instagram and stuff, like, I don't have a crazy physique, and some of my friends have really good physiques, and like, obviously in comparison to people I know, like, my body's not crazy. But for me, I'm like, this is crazy because I used to look a type of way that was like, I couldn't even wear wife beaters because I was like, I don't look good. But that's what I'm saying is like, I feel like my body now, though it was a lot of hard work, it was more hard work than manifestation, but I feel like the mindset itself was like a manifestation, like just being so comfortable in myself. Manifested my TikToks going viral and working as a stylist. Those are, and honestly probably more than that, but I'll just give you guys like a little bit. I'll start off by giving you guys some specific examples. I will get into like methods and vision boards and stuff like that, but I remember when I was making a vision board in 2023, because I graduated high school in 2023, and I made a vision board for the first time in 2023. I remember I put on like welcome to LA. It was like a city skyline of LA, and it's crazy because I see the skyline right there now. But like, I remember the vision board being like USC, UCLA, like those were my schools I wanted to go to. Or I honestly wanted to go to a UC. I wasn't that big. Honestly, I wanted to go anywhere. I applied to NYU. I just wanted to go to like a city, but I knew I wanted to go to LA. And I wanted to be in LA, and on my vision board, I remember, and I'm going to get into all the nitty gritties of this because in 2023 it didn't happen, which you might be like, well, Armand, you can't manifest because obviously it didn't happen, but I'm gonna break everything down. And I remember I had like a specific body on there which kind of low-key looks like my body now. Like, I was more ripped, but like just like the proportions of my body. I think I started that year I decided I wanted to do like content and like just like low-key be famous, which is happening. You guys are watching it unfold. If you're watching this, hello. I am Armand. Like, please, I'm a star. Like, literally, please, I'm a star. Like, that audio has literally been my audio for like years. Like, please, I am a star. Thank you. Like, I like had modeling pictures on there, and because I remember I had like a second board. Like, I had two boards, and one of them was like my 2023 goals, like more like school, body, habits. And then I had like a couple months into 2023, I was like, wait, like I want to do social media, and like I want to try and model, which that didn't age the way I wanted it to. Oh, I had like friends. I remember I had like this specific picture. It was like this picture of like a couple of guys like on a crosswalk, and I remember at this time in my life I wanted to make more guy friends, because if you don't know me, I've historically had a lot of female friends, and I still do, and that's just my truth. Honestly, female friendships are like low-key better, but I'll get into that in another video. But if you're a guy, now that's I'm okay, I'm not saying that female friendships are better, just based off my experience. I've had so many like experience with guy friendships, which that will be a story time for another time. That might be my next video, to be honest. Okay, but anyways, and 2023, I remember I had guy friends that came into my life that I knew from high school, and we graduated high school, we became friends. And I remember on like one of our first hangouts, I was like going to a concert, and he took a picture of me and my sister like walking on a crosswalk. It low-key looked so identical to the picture on the vision board. I kid you not, it was really weird. And then I had after that year, I ended up like modeling. Like, me and my sister did this like shoot thing. When I visited Toronto, and we like did this like professional shoot thing. In those pictures that I got on the set were like low-key identical to the modeling pictures I had. I think that was when I first started doing TikTok, and I remember one of my videos did go viral. It wasn't like crazy viral, but like a couple thousand likes. Like, I got like, oh, I wanted straight A's. I got straight A's because I wanted to transfer. I was at community. I like literally everything you could think of. Like, that was on my vision board, like, it came true. Fast forward to 2024, I remember my college decisions were coming out, and I remember I really wanted to go to UCLA, okay? Now, this is why I kind of say manifestations, like, you can tell yourself everything that you want, but, like, whenever the universe has something planned for you, like, it's gonna only go according to that way. The reason I say that is because I wanted to go to UCLA so bad, and I was manifesting it. I was like, I'm gonna get into UCLA, I'm gonna get into UCLA, like, I know I'm gonna get into UCLA, I know I'm gonna get into UCLA. And anyways, application decisions come out. I remember I got waitlisted at Berkeley, right? I got into Berkeley. I got waitlisted at UCLA. While I was waiting for my waitlist to come back, I got into USC. And then I got rejected from UCLA. And you might be sitting here being like, well, weren't you just trying to manifest trying to get into UCLA? I think when it comes to manifesting, you can't just like have this delusion and be like, okay, this is what I want to happen. And like, for example, like if I were to sit here right now and be like, I want to have like, oh, my teacher accepted my LinkedIn invite. Thank you. Like, I can sit here and be like, I want to be the next Drake, and I want to be number one, like the number one musician of our decade. Yes, Drake is our number one musician of our decade. Thank you. And I can say that, and I can be like, I want to have a private jet, and I want to have a house in Turks, and I want to have 50 number one songs on Billboard Hot 100, right? Now, that's like, in my core, that's not my truth. Like, I know that's not gonna happen. I could sit here and recite that every single day, and even if I start to believe it inevitably, like, in my core heart, like, even if my brain, I told myself to, I kept repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, in my heart, I know, if I know it's not true, I feel like that's another part with manifestation, is, like, you have to do what you know your soul is, like, low-key telling you to do. Now, I don't know if that's, like, a normal thing. Maybe I'm, like, low-key a psychic, because I've, like, gone to psychic, like, readers in the past, and they've told me I'm psychic, okay? And I'll tell you, and like, I low-key feel like I am, like, not in like a crazy way. Like, I think that like maybe like I get dreams, or like I'll have dreams of specific stuff and it happens, but like I honestly just think I'm like I don't want to say it because it sounds big-headed, but like I just feel like I'm honestly just like divinely guided by like my ancestors, period, as we all are. What I was saying was like, you have to kind of know it in your heart and like listen to your heart, because I remember sometimes when I would pray, I would be like, God, even if it's not even UCLA, now maybe you don't believe in God, maybe you believe in universe, maybe you don't believe in any of that, whatever you pray to, that's what I will say with manifesting, is you have to have a faith in something, and that's like what my mom always raised me with. But like, I agree, like, even if it's like, honestly, if you're an atheist, just click off this video because you're gonna think I'm nuts, like, literally. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm religious and I'm spiritual, but I'm in it in my own type of way. I don't follow a strict religion. I'm sick, but I feel like my understanding of religion is even super interdisciplinary. Like, I follow my Sikh religion, but like, I still follow a lot of things that maybe aren't typical, like, you know? And I feel like everybody should have that experience. You should, like, have an experience of religion for yourself. I remember when I would pray, I would be like, I don't even know where I'm going. Like, I just know at the end of the day, I low-key just want to be in LA. So I was like, God, if that's at UCLA, I remember even saying this. I was like, if that's at UCLA, or even if it's at USC. Because in my soul, I knew I was going to get into USC. Because UCLA is super competitive, but like with USC, my application was just so good. Like, I had applied to USC out of high school. I applied early. I got deferred, which, if you don't know what that means, basically when you apply early in high school, they defer you, meaning they push you to regular decision. So in the regular decision pool, I got rejected. I literally appealed because I was like, y'all, I want to go to USC really bad. They rejected me, right? So when I was applying, I was like, I've showed so much determination, and I'm applying after I went to my first year at CC, and I was applying again to transfer because I was transferring early, and they let me in. And I had even wrote down my essays, like, you know, like, I feel like I've proven myself as, like, a Trojan. Like, I've literally fought on. This is so corny. You have to play the game, okay? You have to play the application game. And I was basically saying that, like, you know, like, I, like, recommitted to my goal. And that's what I wanted to also say I have written down with manifestation is recommitting, which I'll get into later. But, yeah, I was basically saying, like, I recommitted to my goal. I just knew my USC application. For some reason, I knew I was going to get in. But with UCLA, I was like, it's kind of hard for my major. I was, like, psych at the time, and the transfer rate is, like, kind of low. And whatever. And I knew that, like, the yield rate, like, if you're waitlisted and then the yield rate is high, meaning the amount of people who say yes to the getting in, and the yield rate for psychology was super high, so meaning most people say yes to their spot, meaning most people on waitlist won't get in. So I kind of, like, but even before that, now February of 2024 also, I had a dream that I gone to USC after I applied. I remember touring, walking around the village, and I told one person, and that was my friend Emily, and I was like, I had this really detailed dream of, like, me walking around the village. Like, I low-key feel like I might go to USC. We'll see. Here I am at USC looking at the campus. Like, it's weird. And I kind of had the gut feeling, but, like, the only reason I didn't want to go to USC is because of, like, how expensive it is, obviously. But it works out, like, but yeah, I mean, and, like, UCLA, you know, is, like, public, so it's cheaper, but everything works out. I ended up choosing USC. And I could not be happier with my decision. Like, I was choosing between Berkeley and USC, and I chose USC. Now, what's super funny is I remember when I had gotten into USC, I wrote down specifically, I want this type of apartment. Low key, I was like, I want these type of roommates, which my roommates are, like, the opposite of me. They're, like, white frat boys. But I remember I went to a really white high school, and I didn't really have the best relationship with, like, my baseball team, or, like, just, like, people in my high school in general. So I was like, honestly, if I wanted to have, like, an environment with my roommates where it felt very, like, homey, or honestly, not even that. I wanted an environment where it felt like it was fun. Like, I wanted a fun environment. I got that, and it was an experience, and I'm, like, currently on my last week or two of living with them because they're about to graduate, which is, like, crazy and it's sad, but I love-hate relationship with that. But I, like, manifested my specific type of roommates, which sounds crazy, but, like, no, like, I'm really lucky with my roommate situation because I know so many transfers who've, like, had, like, bad roommates or, like, really bad experiences, and, like, I feel like I really wrote that down, and it happened. Like, everything happened, and also I was supposed to live with someone else. Like, everything low-key just happened the way it should have, because they were random. On top of that, I remember I was like, I want an apartment with this specific view. I want an apartment with a view of downtown LA. Now, my first semester here, I didn't have that, but we moved to a different unit in my building, and we got an apartment with a view. Like, the whole balcony is literally, you could see Hollywood, you could see downtown LA. Like, it's the best view ever. I'm so sad I'm moving, but I literally wrote that down, and that's the paper I can't find. And it's also so eerie to me because I really, like, every morning when I'm, like, I don't do it every day, but most days when I go out and I look out there, I'm like, wow, like, this used to be on my vision board. Because when I first got here, I remember being like, I had the view of downtown LA on my vision board in 2023. And that's what one of my other notes for manifestation is you cannot time it. Because I had that, right? I made vision boards for the year, but a lot of my manifestations came with time. So, like, my thing is, like, I feel like when it comes to manifestation, you cannot put a time limit on it. Like, you can't, just because it didn't happen this year, you cannot be like, it's not coming. Do you know what I mean? Because, bro, like, my shit took 2 years, 2.5 years to get the specific view, but like it took 2 years for me to be in LA. Like 2 years of me, 2023 on my vision board, 2024 on my vision board. I came 2025 spring. So like wrote down like specific friends I wanted. I remember, if my friends ever find my YouTube, this is so embarrassing, but I remember when I first came to USC, I was like lonely. I remember like at the end of January, it was my first month here. I like was like, okay, in February, I'm gonna meet a friend group that I get to like go out with, and they're gonna be fun and it's gonna be vibes. Like I'm just gonna meet them randomly, like somehow. That happened. I literally met a friend group in February. I think that was the same one where I wrote the view thing about it, and like I can't find that paper. I don't know where it is, but I swear on everything I had written down, like I'm gonna have a friend group where I go out with them, and I'm still friends with them, and it's like low-key really crazy that happened. But that's enough about me. Let's go into methods, okay? The first step, honestly, is like really depicting what you want specifically. And like I use Pinterest for this, and I have like specific boards where I'll pin hella stuff, and I'm like, I'll obviously search up stuff, or I'll be digging and like whatever. I'm like, maybe I want to be on Forbes 30 under 30, which I will, thank you. But that's just like an example. Like you kind of just have to really listen to what you want. The only way you could really do that is just like listening to like your inner, like what is it that I want? Like, yeah, I want to be on Forbes on 30 under 30. I want to influence people. Like those are mine, right? But just getting super, super clear, even when I was like you need to honestly just be like, okay, do I want to go to this school? Do I want to be in this area? What do you feel called to do? And honestly, you'll know, because we all have dreams. Like you have to listen to your dreams. Like, you know, maybe you have a dream of being a doctor, or maybe you have a dream, like whatever it is, you just have to get specific. And honestly, the more specific, the better. And Erykah Badu has this quote that's like, I'm probably like chopping it up. I'm probably messing it up, but it's like, write that shit down on paper with pencil and watch it get real. And I agree, because you really just like honestly need to just like be able to pinpoint what it is what you want, and just like write that down. Honestly, writing it down is so useful. Like a lot of times I've written stuff down, but the thing is, like, I remember when 2020, when manifestation was first like becoming like a thing, like people would be like, write it down 30 times. Like, no, like you really just have to pinpoint what it is and be like, I want this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and you forget about it. Literally, the next step is forgetting about it. Thing down. You're gonna, maybe I'm like a really visual person, and like seeing my like making a mood board and stuff like really gets me motivated. And now that's where like a vision board comes in. Is like I have a vision board, and I used to have it in a place that was like really, you could see it, but now I don't, because I live with hella people and I don't want like all my goals out there, but it's in my closet. But I think that like, of the reason why a vision board works is it's just like a subtle reminder. Like even just having it as like your phone screen, like we're such, me speaking as a cognitive science major now, like we are really taking in things that we're not consciously aware of. And so having something like that, it's just like you're subtly seeing it and making that like dream reality, like like crafting in your brain the version of yourself that you want to become. And obviously you do that through mood boards, you do that through journaling, you do that through writing it down, you do that through mood boarding, pinning, like anything that you feel aligned with, right? Now, the second step, honestly, I'll tell you guys what I do, because I wrote something else in here. But the next step to that is low-key forget about it. Like, when you're actively being, like, as much as useful it is to be reminding yourself of your goals every day so you can take aligned action, you need to not hyperfixate on it. You need to not be like, oh my god, and be impatient and be like, I want this to happen, or why is this not happening, or blah, 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 blah. Why is there a guy walking up to my car, bro? Most of the time, I'll forget about something, and then I'll go back and I'll look at my journal and be like, oh my god, that came true. And even though, like, you're gonna remember, like, a lot of times there's things I'm still manifesting and I'm obviously consciously aware of, like, I'm not forgetting everything, but you need to take the pressure off of it. I remember I saw this quote on TikTok, and it was like, when you go to a restaurant and you go and you order food at the counter and you sit down, right, you're not, like, super anxious, you're not like, oh my god, is the food gonna come or not, you're not like, you know, like, you paid for the food and you're sitting down and you're waiting. You're not, like, aware, you're not freaking out and being like impatient. Maybe if it's taking forever you might be impatient, but even then, like, wait, low-key, the story, moral of the story is the food's coming, wait, like, but like if you're sitting there and you're waiting for your food, you know that the food's coming and you're like, sure, you're like chilling, you're like with your friends, like you're not stressed. That's the same way it is when you're manifesting something. You're putting an order, you're essentially putting in the order with the universe, and then you wait. And when you're paying for your food, you're paying with your hard work, because a lot of people, I feel like, misinterpret manifesting as like, I'm gonna write this down, or I'm gonna write it down 30 times. I'm gonna always tell myself it's gonna happen and it's gonna happen. Like, that's a part of it, right? Like, if you're a person who isn't able, like, a part of it is always telling yourself it's gonna happen and being so sure of it. Duh, like, I'm telling you that right now, like, you're putting the order and you wait, but like, you have to tell yourself it's gonna happen. Like, you can't be impatient with your manifestations. Like, they're gonna come and you have to be patient. When you're like in this like lack mindset, like, these things are only gonna gravitate away from you. If you want the stuff to come to you, you kind of just have to sit with it and be like, literally in an abundance mindset. Like, you have to be like, I'm asked for the universe for this amount of money and it's gonna come to me. Like, you can't be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, stressing. Like, you're putting out way too much energy. You have to sit with it and be like, it's coming. Like, there's so many manifestations I know are coming, even with this YouTube video, even with this YouTube channel. Like, I know that I asked God for it and it's coming. Like, there's no stressing. Do you have to, and if you have stress, you have to like override that stress with hard work. Like, you can't let yourself be anxious. And honestly, if you're anxious, you're probably not doing enough work. You need to like really just grind and put in the work and show the universe that you're serious about what you want. But you forget about it, and like a part of forgetting about it is kind of just like letting it come to you. Like, you're kind of just sitting here waiting patiently. Do you know what I mean? And there's a guy giving tickets out, bro. Like, ugh, I'm gonna probably have to move. And yeah, you kind of just have to be hella patient. Like, the second step is just being patient and knowing that it's coming. If you're like, you can't be stressed out about it. Now, that kind of goes into the third point, which is hard work. If you're super anxious, you just need to grind. Because if you're being anxious, chances are you're sitting with yourself too much and you're not doing the work. And you have to meet God halfway. Like, you put in this order and he's gonna make it. Okay, God, universe, whatever you believe in. You put in the order with the universe, right? They're coming, they're making everything happen right here. You're sitting in bed, you're not doing work. You didn't meet it halfway. It's not gonna come to you. Like, if I want to, like, that's like me being like, okay, well, I want to make content and I want to have like an actual following. God's like, okay, where you at? Like, like, and if I'm not doing the work I'm supposed to be doing, the universe and God's gonna be like, where are you? Like, we're here. Like, you have to like meet them at the train station. Like, you literally have to put in the work, and when you do that, you'll get your result if you put in the hard work, right? I honestly, though, I do feel like in the times I haven't gotten what I really wanted, it was coming from a sense of delusion and like a knowing that I was like, this might not work. If there's any sense of uncertainty, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna work, because my friend, she goes to UCLA now and she was really uncertain, and I kept telling her, like, I feel like you're gonna get in, but arguably she manifested it, but she had uncertainty. So I'm not going to say that uncertainty is going to be like, you're not going to get it. For example, my friend, she was super uncertain about it, but like, she was putting in the hard work and she was confident in her hard work, versus me. Like, when I'm uncertain about something, like, that's just because I know if I'm uncertain, then in my gut, like, I'm aware that like, I know that it might not happen, but that's because I'm just like low-key a psychic. Like, like, literally, like, that's the only way I can explain it, is like, I just have like a sense of knowing. And like, a lot of times when something hasn't happened, it's like in my gut, I've had the sense of knowing that it wasn't gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was like a sense of like, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but like, I was like forcing myself to be delusional about it. But that's the thing, is like, when you're manifesting and like, and you're putting in the hard work, usually if you're really, really putting 110% your hard work, it's going to work out. Because, and the reason why I say that is because the times it hasn't worked out for me, a lot of times I know in my soul that I wasn't putting in everything. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't giving it everything I got. Like, you should give it your 110%. And so there's like no room for uncertainty. Do you know what I mean? And that's the other thing, is like, with the power of like, you might get told no. Like, there's so many things that I've like wanted and I haven't gotten it right away. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the other thing, is like, when you do something like that, it's giving you the opportunity to show how serious you are about it. Power of recommitting is such an important one. Like, if you're told no, like, what are you gonna do from there? Are you gonna still do it? Are you post a video and you get 0 views? Are you gonna still move on? Are you gonna still push back? You had made an account and it got banned. Like, are you gonna push through that, or are you gonna give up, or are you gonna like, what are you gonna do through that? Because if you give up, then obviously your manifestations aren't gonna come true. You really, but whenever you push, I really, 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 really feel like when you like decide, you face something that's hard and it sucks so bad, but you make the decision to be like recommitting to do it again. I low-key feel like that's like the most powerful thing out there. Like, so many times in my life, I felt like I've been told no. Oh my God, please don't give me a ticket. Like, the power of recommitting is so important. Like, say you do everything, you put in that work, and you think that you're putting in the hard work, and it still doesn't happen, but you allow yourself to just keep continuing. Like, it's gonna happen. You really just have to not give up on your dream if that's something that you really want. For my next thing, it kind of just goes into the mindset with manifesting, and it's like vibrating higher. Like, people always talk about like, don't be low frequency, and if you're low frequency, it's like hard to manifest, or blah 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 blah, like all the clickbait stuff you hear online. But honestly, what I feel like raising your frequency really is like pouring into yourself, because when you're like at like this like low frequency, right, basically, like, you're just gonna be giving unmotivated. Like, if you're at like this frequency and you're doom scrolling, you're not eating right, you're not working out, you're sitting in your bed all day, obviously your frequency is gonna be low. You're gonna be unmotivated to like not do the work you need to do. When you're like actually like at this like high frequency, then like you're making yourself be able to, bitch, this guy's like looking at me like, do you want smoke or something? Like, it's the ticket guy, but like he's like around the corner. I don't know what he's doing. I'll wrap it up. Things that are good for like raising your frequency are just like working out, taking care of yourself, doing your chores, like anything that's like pouring into yourself. Because when you do that, you're just like motivating yourself. And like the only way I can explain it is like, you're not gonna feel lazy. You're like fueling. Like, think of it as like you're fueling yourself. And when you fuel yourself, you're obviously gonna be more optimistic. You're not going to be pessimistic and negative, because obviously we're like more susceptible to anxiety and all these things when we're doing low frequency things. That's why when people are like doom scrolling, they're like low frequency, like, because it's like so demotivating. Like, you're just gonna be sitting in your bed, you're gonna be so anxious. That's why when people doom scroll, they get so anxious, because you're doing like these low frequency things. Like, you're doing nothing beneficial for yourself besides like frying your brain, which I do so much, by the way. So like, I'm not out. Like, we're all Gen Z, like, we're all low-key cooked, so like, we're in this together, you know? Like, I'm not clocking you, I'm clocking myself with you. Like, but like, it's so important to do those things, are like high frequency, whatever the fuck that means. Like, if you don't even like, just think of high frequency as like, you're basically just like pouring into yourself, because it gives you energy. And when you're at vibrating at like this, when you're happy, you're healthy, you're like feeling good because you're doing all those things for yourself, you're like, and you're like doing it makes you, you're doing the hard work, you're doing everything you need for the manifestations. And like, when you're at that high level, your manifestations are going to come better. Obviously, like, it's going to come easier because you're happy, you're healthy, chances are you're not as anxious, and you're taking care of yourself. You're definitely more confident. You're doing everything you need to do. Like, you're doing your work for your manifestations. Like, everything's gonna flow to you, versus you're like low vibrational. You're like eating a bag of hot Cheetos in bed, doom scrolling for like a week, and you missed all your tests and all your finals. And then your friends are like on Saturday, hey, like, let's go out. And you're like, oh my God, my paper's like low-key overdue, and my teacher said I have to do it tonight, but like, I'm gonna go out. And you go out and you do like Molly, and then you're like rolling for like, I don't know how long. How long do people roll Molly for? I don't know. And then you wake up like the next day, and then you're like so cooked, and then like you miss like your next 2 days of classes. Like, you're doing, and then all while you're like saying that you're gonna like post content this week, and you want to like have, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers like in a month from now, but like, you're literally at 0 subscribers and you're not doing any work. Like, you're being low vibrational. You're not doing anything for your goals. Think of like high vibrational. Like, think of it as just like feeling good and putting energy into your goals. Like, that's all you have to think of it as. Like, because it's like, how do you even like define like high vibrational, low vibrational? It's just a feeling. Like, do you know what I mean? When people are saying those buzzwords, it's just basically saying that like you're doing things that make you feel good, so that way you're fueling yourself to be able to do more. Because, like, it doesn't even mean you have to be perfect. Like, I have so many days where I'll go eat Taco Bell, but I'll also be at the gym. I'll get the best workout of my life, and then I'll, like, do my work, and then I'll go see my friends, and then we'll, like, go watch TV and, like, DoorDash Taco Bell, and, like, I'm feeling amazing. Like, that's also high vibrational because, yeah, I'm eating, like, bad, but, like, I'm with my friends. I did all my work for the day. I, like, worked out. I'm, like, having a good time, like, also just enjoying life. But you need to really just have a balance. Like, being high vibrational is letting yourself have things that are, like, deemed bad, like low vibrational, but, like, having the things that are, like, deemed bad, but having under the umbrella of doing good so you don't feel bad. Does that make sense? Like, basically a balance, because otherwise, if you don't have a balance, you're just gonna be doing nothing. You're gonna be a bum. Okay, we don't want to be a bum. You don't want to be low vibrational. Being low vibrational is just being a bum, basically. Like, that's basically the moral of the story. So you basically just want to have balance. Like, I'd be doing so many things that are low vibrational, but does that mean like I'm not manifesting as fast as I should? Like, I mean, shit, maybe, right? But, like, who wants to be this, like, locked in, waking up at 5 a.m. and only eats ground beef every single day and fruit and is working out? And, like, yeah, maybe you might manifest faster because you're so locked in, but, like, that's, like, really not realistic for the majority of human beings. Like, we need to... You want to make life enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? Like, a part of being high frequency is, like, having an enjoyable life. Like, those people might be so locked in and high vibrational on paper, but it's like, if they're not really enjoying it, maybe there's some people out there who are doing that and they're enjoying it and they love their life and they don't find any fun in, like, doing things with their friends or blah blah. Like, maybe then it would work. But, like, you really just need to have, like, a balance. Like, manifesting is really just, like, working towards your goals and being disciplined and really just being able to, like, say what you're gonna do. Just having a balance. Like, maybe you like to go drinking out on the weekends with your friends, but, like, you're still locked and you still go to class and you still are working on your goals. Like, and you still work out. Like, it's all a balance. And at the end of the day, if you're in our age range, like, if you're doing that, if you're balancing, you're already better than half the people, bro. I promise you that. Okay? Now, that was my little video and my whole rant on manifestation. Honestly, I have, like, a lot more stories and stuff that I could tell about manifestation and, like, crazy things that are, like, manifest worthy, but that was my whole video on manifestation. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully now you can take these tools and go get what you want to. Go get it. The world is your oyster. There's nothing, there's nothing stopping you. So, yeah. Hopefully this video was helpful. Comment, subscribe, whatever. I'm Armand the Saint on all socials. Share, whatever, like, subscribe, do everything, whatever you want. If you don't like it, you don't have to do all that. But yeah, thank you for watching.